In the realm of creativity and passion, where imagination runs supreme, a selected group of individuals dare to embark on a journey as thrilling as it is unpredictable. They are the entrepreneur artists, the interpret visionary who harness their creative spirit to redefine the boundaries of their craft. Welcome to the world where artistry meets entrepreneurship, a realm where innovation and expression merge to shape the future. This is Dayanku Nurul Hidayah. She is a digital art commission artist currently based in Kuching, Sarawak. I am Shamiza, representing Group 3 for our community project Reflection. And in this video, we will conduct an interview with Hidayah regarding her art commission business.
Hello, my name is Dayanku Nurul Hidayah. I am 22 years old and I finished my diploma in building like maybe a year ago. And currently I'm not studying at the moment. I'm a full-time artist. I still live here in Kuching. I'm born in Serian actually, but I live here. Mostly it was just something that I did out of boredom as a kid. I loved watercolors. So that was my first medium when it comes to art. I would use watercolors. I would paint outside my house. I would lay out newspapers, and then I would find any type of paper, just the inkjet paper that people use to print, and it would ruin so bad because it's not meant for watercolor. And I would paint on it with the cheapest of paints, and I would hang it on my refrigerator because I was proud of it. I was probably 5 or 6 years old when I started. Usually I just look up the people that I follow online. If they have like nice art, usually I take inspiration from it and then apply it to my own artwork. I do have a lot of people that I look up to, but nobody specific. Inspirations come from a lot of mediums and art people as well. Usually I just do...
Is it anime?
Yeah, anime art style. Usually that's what people find me for. They know my art style as the anime art style. I used to do semi-realism. I used to do portraits as well. But my main style is focused on anime art. Back then, I would always use watercolor pencils or pencil. Sometimes when I do portraits, I use charcoal. But my main is for traditional art, I use watercolors, and for my digital art, I use a tablet or my iPad. Quite an extensive profile throughout the years. I have a portfolio spanning of over 3 or 4 years, so they kind of know what they're getting when it comes to my art style. And I usually send a sketch first before I render everything completely, so they have a general view of how it looks, and they can refer to my overall portfolio to get a sense of how the final art will look like for their commissioned piece. Not specifically. Most of them just tell me to take my time, but for me, I try to complete one within like when I start, that is, because I have slots. So I do buy first come first serve. So whoever pays first gets the earlier slots. So when I start a sketch, I send it to them. I make sure to myself that I deliver within 2 weeks-ish, even though there's no specific deadline.
Let's say for one artwork, how many what's
The duration?
your duration? The duration.
In terms of the time, because I use Procreate, the app, there's a tracked canvas time. Usually, if it's only like the amount of time where the canvas is open, I can see like how long the app isn't open for this specific canvas art. So it would be usually ranging, it varies, but the average is 6 to 8 hours, but some things can take up to 10 to 12 hours, depending on the complexity of the piece. I had one recently. They were calling me misleading in terms of my information regarding the commission, but honestly, if we break it down to a technical standpoint, I did not mislead anything. They were expecting like extra things to come along with it, and I'm like, that's not included in it, because like one thing is a different thing and one thing is a different thing, but they assume the different things are together. So I was like, I don't do work without any compensation, so I said, oh, I can like add on like prices if you want to include these types of things. But they refused to. They were really reasoning with me, calling me misleading. So I'm like, okay, I completed the work that you paid for. If you're not gonna add anything else, I've completed 100% of what you paid for, and I do not want any more contact with you ever again. Yeah, sometimes I do, but it's usually from a standpoint, usually like the hate comments is like from a stand view of someone that doesn't get art. Because like sometimes people say like, oh, people pay this much for this, because like they don't see the amount of time put into like doing something, so they question my prices, or like they question like, oh, I don't think this one is a hate comment, but sometimes they just say like, oh, you make it look so easy or something. I don't really take anything to heart with these. It's not really hurtful, but I guess being compared to like a different artist, that's like better. It's kind of like an ego shattering moment, like, oh, this person is better. Why are you comparing me and them? Of course. It's not really with other artists. Usually it's with brands. Sometimes they reach out to me. Most of the time it's tablet companies that want to market their budget type of tablet. So they want me to like review it and like kind of promote it in a way. So they send me tablets for me to try it and like let me give a review on it, so other people would know like what to expect from getting it. I've had about, I think, 3 tablet sponsorships, and several other companies like print-on-demand type of businesses that let me upload my art. They make the merch and they deliver, and I get a commission of every time somebody purchases it, something like that. Usually, I don't know, if they really want it, I convert the US dollar tag to Malaysian ringgit and just like accept it through bank. But if like in general, my main way of accepting payment is PayPal. I don't know if this counts as a website, but I have an infographic card thingy. It's called card with a .com/my username, and it basically displays information that they need. That's where people find my prices for commissions and stuff. Yeah. So technically I do. To be honest, it's a very hard market to get into because it's very saturated with a lot of artists, especially young ones and the OG ones. So my advice is try to stand out in terms of your art and build your platform on whatever social media sites that you could use, like TikTok or Twitter or Instagram. It's good to build a fan base so people know your art and like grow your own audience to let people know about, you know, your own art, because it's very hard in general as an artist to get commissions. It's quite hard, but if you have built a name for yourself and people actually like think of your art style as something that's unique and they want it, there's gonna be a demand for it. So it's important to stand out and build a platform and know what your audience wants. They don't necessarily have to have an art breakdown. People don't care. As long as your art looks good to them, they will. There's always going to be someone that will buy it. Yeah. I think, sure, the art background helps in terms of if you need skills to build your own art style, but in general, if your art is good, people are gonna like it nonetheless. Yeah, that's about it.